read a survey on it. The number one thing people... Immigration. Immigration is the number one issue to most Americans. Even liberals don't want the country's demographics erased. To be very clear. I mean, it's a hard thing to say, but it's true. Liberals themselves do not want any more immigration into this country. You know, you don't understand. Most of you don't understand what's behind most of this immigration debate. They're holding up the babies, the children. They'll separate the children. That's the emotional angle that they're using to peddle this to you. It's all about money. Do you know how much each immigrant is worth to these organizations? Do you know how many billions of dollars a year are being made off immigrants? It's almost you can almost not calculate the amount of money. I told you I'm watching a movie made in Italy called Sabora, which is an Italian word for an area underneath a famous Roman tomb, a Roman building of some kind, where the poor live, Sabora. So this was made in Italy in, I think, 2015 or 2016. It's on Netflix. There's two versions of Sabora. There's one a 10-part series, which is okay. The other one is a single feature-length film of about 2 hours in length. It's the same exact plot with different actors, and I think the movie version is better. But it's about the Italian underworld of a gang, the criminal world, and their interactions with the gypsy gangs in Rome, who are involved in the rackets with them, whether it be drugs or this or that or smuggling. And the life of the gypsy family inside the big mansion that they live in is fascinating to me. But there's a couple of lines in the movie that came flying out of the screen at me. In one scene, they're talking to a corrupt priest in the Vatican, which is an oxymoron in a certain way. And they say something to the priest in the Vatican, and he says to the woman, he said, no, we're not going to give up on this immigration thing. It's bigger than drugs. He said, the immigration thing today is bigger than drugs. It's bigger than smuggling of any kind. Do you have any idea what kind of money is made on the immigrant story today? Every one of them is worth, well, I don't know the amount. But think about the housing, the clothing, the education, the medication, the social services. Think about where that money comes from, and think about who it goes to. That's in addition to the human smuggling, per head. Okay, let's say the gang smuggles someone in from Mexico for $8,000, their whole life savings. That's only the beginning of it. That's not the end of it. Now think about you the taxpayer, what you're paying for the cost of these immigrants and their families in terms of education, medication, legal services, you name it. I don't know the number. I wish somebody would do the number for me. There are fortunes being made by front groups such as Catholic Family Charities, Lutheran Family Services, Jewish Family Services. They're all in on the racket. This is the biggest thing going on in the world right now, and the American people intuitively understand it's a racket, and they almost all oppose this. And they all understand from the point of view of survival, and no nation can survive the flood of needy, wanting people on the planet. In fact, this nation used to be said that the reason we were safe is because we had large seas between us and the rest of the world. Well, that all came crashing down on 9/11/2001, when through the breakdown of our own security services because of liberalism, Muslim terrorists were able to get on airplanes and bring down the World Trade Center towers, crash into the Pentagon, etc. If you study the whole history of that, it's because of a breakdown in our common sense, a breakdown in our own ability to defend ourselves. We're broken down by this compassion, false liberalism. This is not real liberalism, it's false liberalism. And so we learned something right after 9/11, and we rebuilt America. We rebuilt our security services. We put in place things to protect us. And we've forgotten it, so we're getting soft again. And it's only a matter of time until another catastrophe hits us. Well, the catastrophe is hitting us every day with the swarms of illegal aliens coming over the border. That's a form of invasion. It's a catastrophic destruction of a nation, and everybody knows it who studies this. It's a form of an invasion. I'll be right back.
Join the Savage Nation. Call now, 855-400-SAVAGE, 855-400-7282-SAVAGE.
The Savage Nation is sponsored by